how this is being included in discussions around AI literacy in the workforce. So yeah, mental health is a huge piece. I showed it in my presentation, the first presentation, but it's really interesting. One of the top three use cases of AI right now is supporting mental health. Um, but these are not ChatGPT. These are customized tools that also are supported by psychologists and other coaches and counselors that understand mental health challenges. So again, depending on what you're using, if you're using things personally, it can be interesting. Um, I personally, I'll share a little bit. I've been going through a separation recently, and those are challenging times we all have in our life. But I have actually set up a rag for me on all of the different, so I can ask questions, and I kind of have a mental health coach I've built for myself. But I think if we're doing something for other people, we need to be really conscious of how it's set up and how it's being used, especially from an organizational perspective. But it's a really interesting area that's going to continue to develop and evolve as well. Can I speak to how the balance of environmental concerns with regard to advancement of AI? And again, uh, you will hear this, and so there are two schools of thought. So let me be really clear: the advancement of the GPUs and so on are becoming incredibly more energy efficient, but at the same time, the demand for their usage is going way up. So the demand for energy will be absolutely astronomical because of these tools, and many energy sources in countries are looking at accelerating, moving back into potentially more carbon creating energy production sources. So it is absolutely a concern. So not minimizing that, there are issues, and it is a concern. Having said that, and I truly actually believe this, AI has accelerated the pathway to sustainable energy production, like even fusion energy and other sources of energy. It's going to take some time, but it's also the tools and the inference in deep research. So not, doing it like using it like a Google search, but researchers using it at the bleeding edge of advanced technology and energy production that is actually going to also probably come up with some of the solutions. So, um, you know, I think you have to follow your own kind of moral compass on this issue. It is absolutely a topic that should be discussed, but there's a lot of compounding pieces, and make sure that I would say just that energy argument, the climate argument, it's very nuanced, and just saying, oh, it uses energy, I'm not going to use it, there will be other implications of that decision. And if that's your decision about how you're going to interact with these tools, then I understand that. But it will have implications. And, even the biggest, for example, oil producing countries in the world right now in the Middle East are massively accelerating their advancements in sustainable energy using AI and AI tools and building massive data infrastructure in the Middle East right now. And I've been through most countries in the Middle East recently. So it's a very complicated question. It's not just to say, oh, this uses energy. I'm not going to use it. It's more complicated, I think, than that. And if you are a real Puritan on that position, then you might not even use a computer or be on this webinar or use lights in your house, right? So it's a challenging issue, but we do have to be aware of it and make up kind of our own minds on it. And, I'm still thinking through it myself. I don't frivolously use AI, I don't believe, but I'm also not ignoring how this is going to change the world and putting my head in the sand and thinking it's going to go away, because it's absolutely not. And could show you the data on that. So how do we use it responsibly is a question. But again, we could talk about this. It'd be better if there was a two-way conversation on this, but those are just some of my thoughts on it. Working on an app consistent with my delivery model and offering, a four-part masterclass that echoes the app arc and amplifies. Yeah, so that's really cool, James. I think there's a lot of applications, and even the tool I showed you can be completely customized to different career coaching, counseling methodologies, career pathing. So there's a lot of exciting opportunities in this space, and I think we connected on LinkedIn. So happy to stay in touch with you on that. But I see those are kind of all the questions in the Q&A. I don't see anything else in the chat. Um, but if there's no new questions, really value all of your feedback. Thanks to those of you that stuck around for the additional time. I know a lot of people had to leave, but just wanted to make sure I was answering as many questions as possible. And please fill out the survey. Please, engage with me on LinkedIn. I'm sharing things I'm learning regularly. Would love to be connected with you. You should have got my LinkedIn link. But there are a lot of big questions for us, and there's going to be a lot of change. And I really, truly believe like we are really on the front lines of this, of the disruption that's coming. And we need to collaborate, work together, share best practices, learn from each other, because I think it is going to be a challenging space, and ignoring what's happening is not going to be a service to any of our clients, our students, the people we work with, but we need to do it in an ethical, responsible way. So these discussions are important, and I really love getting kind of diverse opinions and feedback and pushback on anything I've said here. So please don't feel afraid. That's how we all learn. So let's engage, and look forward to speaking with you again. Hopefully, we'll see you again. Maybe if Sarah invites me back and I get a decent survey result, we'll see you again sometime. But I just see Gina put one more question. Ask ChatGPT how to gain AI literacy, and it suggested I take the Elements of AI free online course. Have you heard of this? There is a lot of free content online. I haven't heard of this particular one. We have, you can Google Magnet AI. We have some training, but in about 6 to 8 weeks, I'm going to have a bunch of new adaptive training for frontline workers as well. That's another area that we're working on. There is a lot of free training. A lot of it is great. You can pursue it, but what I find is it's not super contextualized right now to your use cases, to your experience, and that's hard to do. And so what I'm really excited about is when we get into the more adaptive, context-aware learning, that's going to be really exciting. But don't stop, engage in courses from reputable sources, and those courses will evolve. We start developing AI courses, and we're like, this is really hard because the course needs to be updated almost bi-weekly, because things are changing so quickly. So we're really moving to more adaptive, but pursue courses, don't stop learning, and getting yourself informed. I think that's really important, but I haven't heard of that specific course. Okay, thanks for everything, guys. We'll hopefully talk to you soon, and thanks again to the CERIC team and Rachel for all your help and tech support this morning. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see all of you again sometime.
Thanks so much, Mark, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your day.